I was about to ask ChatGPT for the solution to all of my life's problems, but I decided not to. Instead, I asked ChatGPT what are the best MMOs to play in 2024. I was somewhat surprised by its answer and a little bit disappointed because I do feel like ChatGPT isn't perfect. So let's go over the results and see what I think. I also asked ChatGPT to supply me with reasons as to why, so I will also go over those briefly. Starting at number 10, we have Amazon's New World. According to ChatGPT, New World has a huge emphasis on exploration. Along with that, it has skill-based combat, which has a deep system to it, and the crafting and economics to this game also have deep mechanics that influence gameplay. I do not have experience with this game, so I can't really speak on it. However, based on some of the other games in this list, and based on just things I've heard from the community, I do think that this game maybe should be a little bit higher. At number 9, ChatGPT gave us Warframe. Now, I would not even consider this an MMO. I was actually really surprised to see this on this list. I have played Warframe before, and I do enjoy it, but I don't absolutely love it. However, guys, I don't think this is an MMO at all. Spoiler ahead for this list, there is no Destiny on this list. And the fact that ChatGPT put Warframe but not Destiny 2 doesn't make any sense to me, because I think that Destiny is more of an MMO than this is. Furthermore, I also believe that Destiny is better than Warframe. I know that's a hot take, but I just enjoy the gameplay a lot more, and I really enjoy the looting more than I do in Warframe. ChatGPT mentions its fast-paced combat, the fact that it's free to play with regular updates, and it also emphasizes cooperative gameplay. Number 8, we have Albion Online. So this is a game that I'm actually really interested in. I love how the graphics look. However, there was one thing that I've heard about this game that's entirely turned me off. And it's that it's a huge PvP-focused game. And that's not really games that I'm into. From my understanding as someone that has no experience with this game at all, it seems like it's kind of like old school RuneScape with a lot more focus on PvP. ChatGPT mentions its player-driven economy, its PvP deep mechanics, and also the fact that it's cross-platform, available on both PC and mobile. At number 7, we have Lord of the Rings Online. Wow, am I shocked to see this, and wow, am I shocked to see this high. I've heard fairly good things about Lord of the Rings Online, but I've also heard that it's a much older game. And with that being said, I am not speaking on facts and information, but I believe that this game is probably not nearly as popular as it used to be. Once again, spoilers ahead, but there is no RuneScape mention on this list. And the fact that Lord of the Rings Online is on this list, but not a RuneScape, makes me skeptical a little bit. I'm on you, ChatGPT, you're not perfect. It mentions that Lord of the Ring Online is a faithful adaptation of Middle-earth. It has a really friendly and dedicated player base, and it has regular updates that adds new stories and areas to explore. I feel like this is a great example as to how it's very obvious when people rely on AI for things, because AI is not perfect at all. At number 6, we have Star Wars: The Old Republic. Another one that I'm pretty surprised to see. I have heard that this game is still pretty good in 2024, however. I used to be a really big Star Wars fan, but I'm not as much into it. I do not have experience with this one, but if some of you guys do, I would love to hear about it in the comments below, and if you feel like it's worth playing, because I will check that out if you guys convince me. According to ChatGPT, it has a strong narrative focus with choices that affect the story outcome. It's a very immersive Star Wars universe, and it offers diverse classes with different storylines. At number 5, we have Black Desert Online. Now, I have heard of this game, but I've never played it. And now, once again, I am speaking on not facts, just speculation and kind of what I remember hearing. But if I remember correctly, I have heard fairly good things about this game. And the way ChatGPT describes it is the graphics are stunning and has detailed character models, the combat's super fluid and combo-based, and the economy is super complex and player-driven. If any of you guys out there have information on Black Desert Online, I would love to hear about it if you guys think it's worth being this high on this list. Now we're getting into it. Number 4, we have Guild Wars 2. Once again, I have not checked this one out, but the only reason that I have not checked this game out is because it does not offer controller support. With that being said, I've heard that this is by far one of the best MMOs available in 2024. I've also heard that it's on a tremendous trajectory and that it's likely going to become even better, I've heard that the mounts are awesome, the combat's awesome, the map is gorgeous. So honestly, I'm just waiting on that update one day when they fully support controllers, and then I am there. According to ChatGPT, it highlights this game's dynamic events, which offers a dynamic system that makes the world feel super alive. Along with that, the combat's supposed to be very action-oriented and very fast-paced. ChatGPT claims that this game has a very strong emphasis on cooperative gameplay. This is the last game on this list that I have not played. So last time, I'm asking you guys, if you guys have played Guild Wars 2, give me some advice down below. Let me hear about it. If you think it's worth being this high, and if you think I should play it, and if you guys think that I should try figuring out how to use a controller, because I know it's possible with somewhere. Number 3, we have Elder Scrolls Online. This is one that I am quite experienced with. This is also not my first game in the Elder Scrolls genre series. I liked this game a lot, but I didn't love it. I really couldn't find myself getting submerged into it. Instead, I kind of found myself playing less and less of it. I noticed that my gaming sessions with this game were getting shorter and shorter. And at first, I was maybe doing 3 or 4 quests every time I'd log on. Then eventually it turned into 2 quests. Then eventually it turned into 1. And then eventually I did not even really feel like logging on. And for me, the big reason why was because the lack of structure and direction that this game had. It felt way too open-ended to the point where everything felt meaningless and it was just a collect-a-thon. It sounds like I'm hating on it, but I'm not, because honestly, other than that, this game is tremendous from an MMO standpoint. If you guys like MMOs, and if you have a group, I imagine that this game is absolutely dope. But for me, I just didn't really feel a sense of fulfillment, I didn't feel a sense of progression or reward, and I just didn't really have a reason to continue playing. According to ChatGPT, this game has a super expansive lore that ties into the beloved Elder Scrolls series, which it does, and it has a lot of it. It also offers extensive character customization, which I'd say it does. And it also has frequent updates and DLCs that expand the whole story, which is true, but most of them are paid, which can be kind of frustrating. For its price tag, I don't love Elder Scrolls Online. These next 2 games, I believe, are definitely better than Elder Scrolls Online, and I would be curious to hear about your guys' opinion if you think any of the prior games are better than Elder Scrolls Online. Number 2. We have World of Warcraft, the king of MMOs since the beginning. World of Warcraft has been on top of the MMO market for so long, and it's impressive that it still is up there. In 2024, this game is still an awesome experience. Something about it is just so charming. I found out a way to play with the controller. I actually made a few videos on how to do that. It's actually quite simple, but man, that was an awesome experience. This game wasn't necessarily for me because I found an MMO that I got even more into, but I did really appreciate this game and I could totally see how people get submerged into it. One thing I didn't love about the game was the actual pacing of everything. The entire game felt like it was operating on 0.8 speed, in my opinion. It just felt so slow to the point where I was getting impatient and felt like I was wasting a lot of time doing nothing. According to ChatGPT, this game offers a legacy with a rich history and lore that has shaped the MMO genre. Well said, ChatGPT. I think that's the best thing ChatGPT has offered in this entire thing so far. It also says that World of Warcraft has a great variety of content, from PvP to co-op raids to questing. And there's also a latest expansion that brings new zones, dungeon, and a revamped leveling experience. I will say I did kind of suffer from that Elder Scrolls Online syndrome with World of Warcraft. The structure is not perfect, and it is overwhelming to start, and you don't really feel like there's a sense of direction, and you don't really feel rewarded from progressing on the things that you're doing. Maybe that's just me, and I need to be handheld, but I didn't love World of Warcraft, and I felt like it failed to really captivate me as a long-term player. To each their own. But ChatGPT and I both agree that Final Fantasy XIV is the best MMO to play in 2024. It's so funny that the top 3 are Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, and then this, because that's the order that I played these games. I first started with Elder Scrolls, then WoW, and then now Final Fantasy, and I would rank them in that exact order. The more that I played different MMOs, it really helped me form a perspective of what I'm looking for in a game like this, and Final Fantasy XIV was everything. I loved how structured it was and how new player friendly it was, and it fully supported the controller, and man, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This game is so special and offers so much, and I've basically made a lot of content, my channel, based around Final Fantasy just because how much I love this game. According to ChatGPT, it's known for its deep and engaging narrative that rivals single-player RPGs, which is 100% correct. The community is super strong, friendly, and focuses on a collaboration and helping new players, which is extremely factual. Just look at some of my first videos and read the comment section. And ChatGPT lastly mentions the regular updates and expansions that keep the game fresh and exciting. So I'm actually only playing the free base version right now. I haven't even gotten to the expansions or paid a dime, and I am obsessed. So I can't even imagine how good this game gets. In conclusion, I don't think ChatGPT did a very good job. And I truthfully don't think it usually does unless you really, really mess with it and manipulate it and direct it. I think people kind of hype up AI a little too much. And when people make like AI TikToks or YouTube videos and they use ChatGPT for the script, I feel like it's quite obvious. But that's just my opinion. Like I mentioned in this video, there's no reason why Warframe is on this list. That's bizarre in my opinion. Furthermore, I don't know if this ranking actually is completely correct. I don't have experience with a lot of these games, but just based on my research and what I've kind of consumed with content, I think the top 3 you can make an argument for, top 4 maybe, but other than that, 5 through 10 I feel like are a complete toss-up. And the fact that there's no RuneScape on here and the fact that New World is so low, I just find it odd. So please, guys, let's have a conversation about this. Let's have a discussion, and let's maybe form our own rankings about this. I would love to hear what you guys think. Please just keep the vibes good. We're all going to have different opinions. There's no reason to argue. We can honestly just get entertainment out of listening to each other's different opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed that I tried something different with this video. I thought it might just be interesting if we just tried this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.